In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA playoff bet slate for Wednesday, May 22nd. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Wednesday, May 22nd NBA playoff bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 5.13 thousand subscribers. Our goal is 10K. This is the road to 10,000 subscribers. You guys are doing so well, showing love and support. If you guys are already subscribed, continue to like and comment. It is super important that you guys continue to do those two things, to like and comment, so we can grow to a broader audience and make this community even bigger. All right, if you're not subscribed right now, I highly recommend you join the YouTube and subscribe, or join that Patreon as well. I'm gonna show you why. All right, and now for the Patreon, it could have been an awesome day. It was a pretty solid day, I want to admit. I did give out the -10 of the Celtics. Obviously that did not cover. We got that wrong. And in the video I did suggest the under 220 because of a trend, but that's fine. We still had the props, so I really think the props is going to be the key component here in this series, because there's going to be a lot of big spreads. All right, what we did was absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to the community that we have on Patreon. These are Patreon picks and my picks put it together. We worked together to create these parlays. Shout out to Oblak Tay. This was his parlay here that he gave to everyone, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Jaylen Brown 20 points, Derek White 15, Halliburton 15, Pascal Siakam 15, Tatum 25, Halliburton 6 assists, Pascal Siakam 6 rebounds. That came through for everyone. 10 for 76 we had. Another guy in the Patreon. He threw all our plays together. This is the same one here, 25 for 189. This one was like a 10 leg, 12 leg. This is the first half of it, but as you can see at the top, it was plus 3,808. All right, he slapped on this one right here, and as you can see, this is the end result. $10, $390. This is what I'm talking about with the community that we're building. It's not just me, all right? It's a group effort that you guys want to come into, and we can bounce off ideas and get to the bag. All right, another one, Red Dragon. He came out with this one here. He made this the night previous, and he put this together. $100 to win 310. Halliburton, Nembhard over 7.5, Naismith over 6.5, Tatum with rebounds, moneyline Celtics, and we were able to create. Well, he was able to create this phenomenal parlay. This is what I'm talking about here in the community. It's super important that you get with a group of guys that know what they're doing, so there's opportunities to win. This was the parlay I gave out. All right, this was plus 2,000 here. The only misstep was Jason Tatum's assist. He ended with 4 assists. I obviously had him for 4.5, so everything else hit. Derek White, Brown, Siakam, White, Toppin. We needed one more assist to hit for $200 in profit from Tatum. It did not come through, but the process was there. As you can see, these were the props I gave out. Derek White over 15 points, Derek White 3 threes, Derek White 4 assists, Tatum, Brown, Siakam, Obi Toppin, Drew Holiday across the board. It was phenomenal. So I'm highly encouraging you guys to sign up for that Patreon link provided down below. You guys are missing out right now. And also, I have the NBA future in there as well. All right, who I think is going to win the NBA Finals. It's in the Patreon. So click that link provided down below. for Wednesday. This will be game 1 of the Western Conference Finals here. Phenomenal matchup between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves here. Looking at the current odds, Timberwolves are favorited at home in game number 1, -185, with the comeback of the Dallas Mavericks at a +150. The point spread is at a 4.5, and the total points are at 208.5. All right, for the public bet percentage here, heavy public on the Minnesota side across the board. All right, 86% of the bets, 88% of the money, all over the Timberwolves money line. For the point spread, 80% of the bets, 86% of the money, all over Minnesota to cover. For the total, 90% of the bets, 91% of the money, all over the over 208.5. All right, so people are feeling what just occurred there when the Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets, coming back down from 20. Phenomenal performance there from those guys. So this is a very heavy public here, even more than the Boston Celtics going up against the Pacers. All right, these numbers are almost 90% to 10 across the board. This is way more favored than what we saw tonight with the Pacers and the Timberwolves, which is very shocking. All right, so Dallas Mavericks here, injury report. Luka Doncic, he's on the injury report, but he's been on the injury report for the last 2 weeks, ever since the playoffs started. It's a knee, it's an Achilles, but he's been playing through these injuries. He's going to be fine, okay, for game 1. Maxi Kleber, obviously, he's been out for a series and a half, so they'll reevaluate him in 3 weeks. So about right around now, probably in another week, they'll probably reevaluate him. And for the Timberwolves, Mike Conley, he did miss one of the games in that Denver series. He came back in game number 7. He was fine in that closeout game. So we're going to wait on news for him. Maybe something pops up. Just stay tuned to news. That's why I provide that link down below for RotoWire, just in case they are missing without one of their leaders in Mike Conley. Okay, that would be a huge loss, but I doubt he's out. I expect him to play. All right, now during the regular season series here between these two teams, they played each other 4 times. Okay, and out of those 4 times, the Minnesota Timberwolves won 3 out of those 4 times. Now you got to dig a little bit deeper. In those games, in game number 1 was the Timberwolves win by 18 points. That was just Luka Doncic. All right. In the second game, where the Timberwolves won by 8, that was no Luka and no Kyrie. All right. And remember, when all these games, it's the same trio with Minnesota. All right, it's Edwards, it's Gobert, it's Towns. They all played in all of these games. So the only difference, the only alterations on the Dallas side. So in that third game where the Dallas Mavericks won, that was the game where they had Kyrie Irving and Luka, but they didn't have PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. All right, so this was before the trade. They were able to beat the Timberwolves with Kyrie and with Luka. All right, that's the only game when those two guys play together. Okay. And then in the fourth game, it was just a whole bunch of backups from the Mavericks, and that was a blowout win for the Timberwolves, okay? So now, coming into this game, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves on a clear high because they have that phenomenal comeback win against the Denver Nuggets. But this public is just on a whole nother level. When it gets to that 90% range, that's kind of scary. That's like the whole entire world. That's like betting a public underdog. But this is a public favorite. And you're going up against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. This is not the Celtics and Pacers. Okay, that was more of a discrepancy between talent. This is more even. All right, so I'm going to be highly on the side of the Dallas Mavericks in that +4.5. Give me the +4.5 in game number 1 with a veteran coach and a veteran team here. The connection that Kyrie and Luka have is very special. If you're watching, if you paid attention to the Dallas Mavericks, what they've done since the trade deadline, acquiring Washington and Gafford, this team has been top 3 in defensive rating, and they've been top 3 in rebounding. Okay, that is very key and crucial when you're going up against the size of the Minnesota Timberwolves. You can match them with the MVP of Luka and the veteran and all-starness of Kyrie Irving, who's already been in these situations and already has a title. So game one here, Dallas is going to shock the world. Give me that plus 4.5. And to go against the trend of Dallas losing in game ones, I think they're going to seize the opportunity here and keep this game close. Love the plus 4.5. If we're going with the total here, the totals are so difficult. All right, we're going to lean towards the over 208.5 in this particular game, even though these are two strong defensive teams here. The total is low, so it could be coming down to that late fourth quarter run, a point here or there. I'm going to lean towards the over 208.5, but the main play is 100% Dallas Mavericks plus 4.5. If you can find a 5, that is absolutely perfect there. Let me know in that comment section down below, how do you feel about this series? Because they already came out, DraftKings came out, ESPN Bet, they posted that this is the #1 series here. Everyone's taking 4-2 Minnesota Timberwolves. So let me know in the comment section down below, what are your props for this game? Who do you think is going to win game one? Who do you think is going to step up? Let me know down below. And if you guys want the premium picks, you sign up for that Patreon link that is provided down below this second. And I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out.